This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, joined by listeners at WAAF, Boston's rock station, also 96.5 WCMF in Rochester, and our friends down at 98.5 KFOX, South Bay's classic rock station in lovely San Jose. Our question today, what do you know for a fact that you suck at, and what was the moment you figured that out? In our inspiration for the question today is the Baltimore Ravens and a couple other things. Because I just watched them, so I figured that out. So, again, we go back to a man who was found 3 days after he did not report for work.
Yeah.
And his mother was concerned, his employer is concerned, and basically the cops go to his door where they find the man bleeding from the head, and they take him to the hospital. He is still somehow alive at this point in time. I don't believe that he was able to talk. Cops served a search warrant on the man's house, found the 2 shell casings in the bedroom. They also determined his wallet and handgun were missing. The shell casings did not match the caliber of the victim's missing gun. So it wasn't his.
So the 2 bullets in his head are from a different gun than the one that's stolen from his home.
Search of the man's surveillance system showed that that same woman, later identified as Waylon, visited his home 5 times between October 7th and October the 21st. The footage last shows them together entering the house at 8:45 and headed upstairs about 9:30. Neither is seen on the interior surveillance footage again. At nearly 10 o'clock, the doorbell camera images shows the woman running out the front door. So investigators checked the victim's credit union accounts and found that in the early morning, 8 payments were made totaling $800 to another man through Facebook's money exchange system. A peek into the victim's 3 credit cards showed that someone made 82 charges, totaling more than $10,000 between that time. And the charges were made at various stores in addition to online stores. So a loss prevention officer at a Macy's store said she prevented the 21-year-old woman and her companion, the man to whom she allegedly made payments after the shooting, from using the victim's credit card. Police believe the last legitimate use of the card occurred at a McDonald's where the victim had taken the woman the night he was shot. Waylon allegedly changed her story a few times during her interview with police until she admitted that the victim hired her, but she did not feel like having sex with him. She reportedly claimed that he was performing oral sex wrong, and she didn't know how to tell him that. She allegedly claimed she shot the man in the back of the head at first and then fired a second shot that hit the side of his face. She then took his wallets and his stuff and headed out the door.
So her story is that he performed so poorly at oral sex and didn't know how to tell him that he was doing a bad job that she pulled out a gun and shot my man twice in the head.
She was emotionless during her interview and also asked that if the victim were to make a recovery, the police talked to him and asked that he does not pursue charges.
Come on.
Dude, and I'm pretty sure she called another John to bail her out.
That's what I heard outside. We were talking to someone at another station, and they were filling us in on that. That, like, yeah, she made the call to another one of her Johns because she knew that guy was good for the money.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, I don't know what I'm good at, bad at, or whatever, but I've never in my life, and all the times I have done that, and trust me, I'm doing it happily, but I've never thought, every once in a while you're going to think to yourself, man, oh man, I hope I'm bringing the satisfaction, right? But I've never thought, this bitch is going to kill me. She's going to put 2 bullets in my head right now. I'm doing such a bad job. Like, so look, everyone's even received maybe bad oral sex, but it's like bad pizza. Like, you're still going to finish it, and it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
And, like, he was paying her.
Right. He was paying her, and she still shot him in the back of the head. How bad can you be at this where you give someone money, and they're still like, this isn't worth it? And like I said, you always hear these stories about people that have the near-death experience, and it's, man, I see this white light, and I see a bunch of, like, family members that have passed on. There's my parents, my grandparents waiting for me. Man, if that's true, that dude's going to be embarrassed there. Right? I mean, you show up. Here's the afterlife. Here's, all the family members that have gone before you, friends, and they're all waiting for you to welcome you to the afterlife. All of them are going to be shaking their heads slowly, just looking at you. Like, why did you get shot, man?
Yeah.
Why are you here prematurely? You're that bad at that. Is there bullying in the afterlife? Because if there is, this guy's about to find out.
And if he visited her that many times, right?
5 times in 4 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Right. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, I don't know. He's got to be on drugs or something.
I guess, man.
Was he shot during the act?
Sounds like it.
That is my question.
I'm thinking, well, he was shot in the back of the head once. And that would be the easier shot to take, right? But then also in the side of the face. So, I mean, I don't know how you do it, but I would think those would be the two places. If he were shot in the forehead, I would say no. But back of the head,
I don't,
probably.
Like you said, no matter what, you've had better sexual experiences, and you've had some that are just okay. And like sometimes there's just a natural chemistry between two people, and other times it is what it is.
Mechanical,
sure,
right.
Whatever you want to call it. But never have I thought to myself,
it's like masturbating but using another person.
It's back to pizza.
You know what I mean?
It's like,
instead of my hand, I'm using you. You're using me. We get it. It doesn't matter.
It's still pizza, even if it's a bagel pizza.
Right.
Whatever the deal is, it's still pizza to some degree. And I can't think that I would get that angry about that.
How bad can you be?
No.
How bad can you be at something like that someone puts bullets into your head?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane.
That's like next level bad. And like, I want to know what he did to make sure I never do that.
Right. Yeah.
Like, whatever you did, I don't want to do that, man.
Okay.
Plus, it just doesn't make business sense. I can't get over that. 5 times in 2 weeks. Like, that's a good money stream. Why mess that up?
And how much is that, do you think?
5 times in a couple of weeks would,
how much money does it cost to hire a prostitute? I don't know.
Yeah, but she goes by escort, so right there you up the amount because that's buying roses. Except they're roses for.
Are they? Do you really have to buy roses?
No, I'm saying it's like if you buy roses and you don't say they're for a wedding, they cost what normal roses cost. If you say they're for a wedding, they charge. So if you say you're an escort, now you're wedding flowers as opposed to just being flowers. Mm-hmm. Even though in the end it's the same thing.
Do you have to buy roses? Yeah, if you're gonna get a hooker, you better get her some roses.
Yeah, get her some roses, man. That's what they want. Mm-hmm. More than money.
But I think that's the point: is you don't have to romance them.
That's probably a pretty good point.
You already did.
Yeah.
You handed them the money. They're like, all right, good enough for me, man. But yeah, that's amazing to me that he spent the money. And you got to think how much money this dude must have been worth because she spent $10,000 of his in 3 days. And the banks didn't cut it off. You know what I mean? So this guy obviously spends a lot of cash. If I spent $10,000 on 3 days based on my spending history, they'd cut my card off even if I had it.
Yeah, and the other thing too is just like the McDonald's thing. Like, it's kind of funny, right? He took her to McDonald's, but also it's like, seems like they were just hanging out too. Besides, before they got to the sex part, it's just like, why did you shoot him?
And she obviously knew him pretty well. So
yeah.
Our question: What do you know for a fact that you suck at, and what was the moment you figured that out? 844-999-OLA.
One of the comments is speculating that he must have had a tongue like a cat,
just dry and sandpaper like.
That's possible. I don't know. I do not know. I would think it's, I don't know. They went to McDonald's. Maybe he had like onion breath. Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Let's face it. You've all had, well, maybe not all of you. I have personally had some just complete sexual failures. Whether that is not being able to perform, lasting to, every bit of 6 seconds or whatever the deal was on that. Like whatever it was. Like there's been a few of those in my lifetime where like I really would have liked to have a do-over.
Yeah, could I get a mulligan?
But I was never able to get a do-over. So the only impression of me is that, man, oh man, God almighty, I hope to God you don't end up sleeping with that guy because it sucked. Which, they're right. It did. And they're right. You know what I mean? But at the same point in time.
But it's like it's a one-off.
I'd like to think to myself that I'm not as bad as I'm being portrayed in those instances, but they're correct.
Right.
So,
as far the evidence
they know, they're right.
That's why, like, hey, man, if we have sex once, can we at least have it twice? I don't want you to say I'm too good. I don't want you to say I'm too bad.
Give me another chance.
Speaking of being bad in bed, all right, we have a list now, 10 celebrities who apparently suck in bed, all right? So 10 celebrities that are allegedly bad in bed.
And who put this together?
This
is just from rumors from people, I guess?
In some of these cases, let's start with number 10. You can piece it together. So Brody Jenner, all right? Now, according to The Hills co-star, Kristen Cavallari, sleeping with Brody Jenner is, quote, very vanilla. And she added they didn't really do anything outside of the box. All right. So this comes from someone who we know. Yeah. I don't know.
Well played.
All right.
So number 9 on the list of 10 celebrities who apparently suck in bed. I don't think this would shock anyone. Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, according to Crystal Harris, she was talking to Howard Stern about a relationship with Hugh Hefner. According to her, she said he lasted about 2 seconds in bed and never undressed for sex. She should be happy about that.
Yeah, I would say.
You know what I mean? Like, look, I get what she's saying. It's weird, but I want you to picture Hugh Hefner, not picture him naked. Don't you agree that you prefer him in the robe? Number 8 on the list of celebrities that apparently suck in bed, Paris Hilton. According to the Backstreet Boys' Nick Carter, he spoke about his experience in bed with her. He said, quote, "She was a drunken prude, damn, who, as far as I can see, did not really like sex. She relied on drugs and drinks to give her confidence in the bedroom."
I saw her sex tape. It looked like she was having fun to me.
She answered a phone call.
During the sex tape?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that part. Who was she talking to?
How fun is that?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that one doesn't surprise me at all.
You want your ego bruised? Have sex with someone. Like, hang on, I'm going to take this.
Give me a second.
I mean, really. You know, like they're actively talking while you're having sex.
Nick Carter's a bit of a loose cannon, though.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean loose cannon? In what way? Like he's just going to talk smack or?
Like he lives in Florida still, like gets into scuffles once in a while in a bar.
I know who you're talking.
You know what I mean?
Florida guy.
Now.
Is that the guy that looks emaciated now?
No, that's his brother.
Like Macaulay Culkin.
That's his brother, Aaron Carter.
Oh, all right.
That's who I was picturing.
Okay.
Aaron Carter. All right.
Yeah, Nick Carter's the older one, the Backstreet Boy.
We continue on the list of 10 celebrities that apparently suck in bed. Your boy, Miles, Colin Farrell.
I don't believe that. I talked to Colin Farrell. He's a sexy-looking man.
He's a good-looking guy. Look at that stud.
I know.
Sucks in bed.
Shorter than I thought, but good-looking man.
Let's see.
He's got a weak shillelagh.
Former, apparently, so I guess Colin Farrell back in the day slept with Woody Allen's former nanny. I'm pretty sure Woody Allen probably slept with her too, but Colin Farrell apparently slept with her, and according to her, she says, quote, "He comes across as a tiger on screen, but behind closed doors, he's as wild as Mickey Mouse. Maybe he has lots of women because he's hot, but he's not that good in bed. Maybe they don't want to stay."
That seems like a weird cheap shot.
It really does. I'm Colin Farrell.
I'm a freak.
I'll be damned.
That's many.
Talking crap on him, huh?
I never. The bottom of that.
Sorry, I got
We're never going to broadcast from a Disney cruise.
I find this very unlikely.
You know how people get radio people to broadcast from a Disney cruise or something like that? We'll never do it.
It will not be us.
You just ruined it.
10 celebrities allegedly bad in bed. Let's see, next. After Colin Farrell, your boy, Ted, Nick Lachey.
Oh, don't talk crap on Nick.
According to Jessica Simpson, she said that he had a small package and regularly faked orgasms when she was with him. So my question is that on him or is that on you? If the dude's look, I know why women fake orgasms. You just want us to go away. If he's faking an orgasm, no offense, to me that speaks to the other person.
I don't know. Maybe it was a bad una noche.
I don't know. Look, man, we'll hit 5 through 1 on the other side.
What do you know for a fact that you suck at? And what was the moment you figured it out? 844-999-OLA. More of your calls coming up. You're listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Get those bad jokes ready to go. Bachola, bad jokes on the way. You can email the bad jokes to the men's room at mensroomlive.com. Drop them on the Twitter, too, at Men's Room Live. And we've got the bad jokes coming up right before we drink a toast with a shot of the day. Our question, what did someone suck at so bad, but you didn't have the heart to tell them? 844-999-OLA.
And on that topic, we're going over the list of 10 celebrities that are allegedly bad in bed. We had, and this is according to people that slept with them. These are actual quotes. So at number 10, we had Brody Jenner, followed by Hugh Hefner, Paris Hilton, Colin Farrell, Nick Lachey, and now we're at number 5 on our list of the 10 celebrities who allegedly suck in bed. 50 Cent.
50 Cent?
Yeah, man. According to a groupie who made it all the way back to 50's room, she dished off about her lackluster experience, saying, quote, "All of a sudden he started acting real shy, like he was scared or something. And he was saying corny lines like, 'You know I really like you.' After a couple of minutes of that, I had to tell him, quote, 'Are we going to get popping or are we going to talk?'" I couldn't believe it. Here was 50, supposed to be all tough, acting like a 14-year-old boy. Number 4 on your list of 10 celebrities that allegedly suck in bed, Madonna. According to her ex, Guy Ritchie, apparently he had a problem with Madonna's rigorous exercise routine, and he claimed that hooking up with Madonna was like, quote, "cuddling up to a piece of gristle."
Oh, golly.
I know. Charlie Sheen is number 3 on the list, according to his ex-wife, Denise Richards. He was a selfish lover. He would even insist on watching porn while they were together. That doesn't shock me.
And you're with Denise Richards.
It's Denise Richards.
It's a pretty attractive person.
I would say so. Number 2 on the list is Tiger Woods. He was described by one of his many flings, Jamie Grubbs, as being, quote, "horrible in bed." That kind of says it all. And number 1 on your list of 10 celebrities that allegedly suck in bed, Katy Perry.
Huh.
Oh. Well, Russell Brand, he spoke about his lack of interest in sex with his ex-wife. He said, quote, "When you're a monk, you're not allowed to have sex with anyone. When you're married, it's one person. Well, it's one more than a monk. It's not that different. I'd be having sex, thinking to myself, think of anyone. Think of anyone else."
Yeah, that seems like that's more on him.
Yeah.
Maybe, than it is on her. You know, it's Russell Brand. I would have to think that his mind is in a different place at all times, regardless if he's clean or not. All right, so what did someone else suck at so bad, but you didn't have the heart to tell him? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Keith. Welcome to the men's room.
Oh, freaking law, bitches.
Hola!
How we doing today?
Doing good, man. How are you?
Doing all right. Make this one quick for you. I was hanging out at a bar, and there was this kid there that was so stuck inside himself it was almost embarrassing to watch. And we got the kid after weeks of trying to get up to sing karaoke, okay?
All right.
Okay.
And I'll give you the my girl, don't lie to me.
All right, the Nirvana tune. Right?
And the dude was terrible. But I ran around the bar, and I said, hey, give it up for this guy when he gets done. So when he got done, everybody, the bar just goes freaking crazy. And sure enough, pretty soon they could not get this kid off the microphone.
Oh, no.
Complete. The owner of the bar finally had to ask the kid to stop singing because he was, how do you say, bad for business.
Bad.
Love you guys.
Hey, man,
Yeah, man.
we got kicked out of a karaoke bar one night for laughing. And it was one of those things where we had it kind of the giggle set in, and then it was just one of those things.
It didn't end.
And he won't stop laughing. So, I'm trying to keep a straight face, but.
Well, no, the guy wouldn't stop. Dude, it was like 3 songs deep, man. And I mean, I really don't want to explain what the situation was because it makes us look bad.
I know.
We kind of didn't notice at first, and we were talking, and Miles kind of stops, and you know when you kind of get lost in thought? I see Miles kind of looking up at the speaker, and then he taps me and points at the speaker. So, like I said, we hadn't been paying attention, and we recognized that this guy's up there singing, I think, a Sinatra song.
He was. Yes, he was. My Way.
And we were just like, oh, my God.
Always My Way.
Yes.
And we started chuckling, right? And so we're getting back to our conversation, but there's a pause. And then the next song comes on, and we're not looking at the stage. So we just assume someone different went up. And here's this guy's voice again. And at this point, I'm gone. I can't. And I realize this kid's never going to stop singing.
The woman at the bar is turning red. She wants to kill us.
Right. But part of it because she didn't want to laugh out loud. Because we were laughing, and she knew what we were laughing about. And it's not that we were right to laugh, but in a very shallow, horrible, going to hell way. It was very funny.
It was 24-hour karaoke at this place. It wasn't like every Thursday
I know
night.
the place.
Every Thursday night
I've been
karaoke.
kicked out of there.
It's like, look, when you walk in there, you can walk in there for lunch, and there's going to be somebody singing in the corner.
I have seen a person puke in that parking lot and then go back in.
And sing?
Yeah, it gets served.
Well, the guy was sitting beside me for a while, and he was asking me, he's like, do you know who, I don't know, make up a name, Clint Thompson is? I'm like, no, he's like, he's a karaoke champion, man. You don't know, he had this whole, there's this world of karaoke that I do not know of, that I learned that night, he's one of the most famous karaoke singers in the world. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Why did he sing in a band?
What do you
Was
mean?
the guy just that bad, or am I wrong in thinking, all right.
Kill the mics. Can you kill the mics 1 second, Robin?
Yeah,
just,
please.
Just turn off all the mics.
I'll do it for you.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was horrible. I mean, it was.
But he wouldn't stop, man. And I couldn't take it.
I know for a fact I can't sing. That's why I don't get up and do that. I know I can't sing. So why would I do that? Why would I embarrass myself? It's why don't I just put on roller skates?
But you can't tell that guy that he sucks. You couldn't.
We didn't.
We did not tell him, and he never knew we were laughing. I don't think, but man, oh man!
Then when the guy started clapping with his feet, it was over.
There's a whole genre of music. I got a buddy that got me into that's just people that sing terrible, but they're putting in a lot of effort.
All right, like a William Hung style.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes we'll just sit around and listen to people on I forget what we're listening to it on, and it's just people that sing horrible, but they're just really putting in the effort.
But see, I'm okay with that because that's a decision you made.
You're not,
and it's fun. No, because you knew it was fun.
Oh, because we put it on.
This guy, nobody wanted to hear this man.
Came out of nowhere,
and it just came out of nowhere. And it's like, oh my God, you got to make him stop. But no one had the heart to make him stop.
What do you know for a fact that someone sucks at, but you don't have the heart to tell them? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello. Hola.
Hola.
So how's it going, gentlemen?
Doing well, sir.
Awesome. Well, this is actually something I suck at.
Okay, perfect.
So, for me, I've got lots of friends that are girls and whatnot, but I could never ask them out. I suck at asking out girls.
Is it because you're shy? Do you try to kick too much game? Do you say the wrong thing? Are you hideous? Like, what is it?
So, probably, I'm more shy, I guess you can say, when it comes to actually asking a girl out.
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 29 almost.
You're 29 years old, and how many girlfriends do you have?
I've had...
Or have you had?
No, I mean, like, you said you had a lot of friends that are girls. How many do you have?
Probably over a dozen that I talk to.
And do most of them have boyfriends? Are they taken for? Or are they available?
Some of them are single. Some of them are married. Some of them have boyfriends.
Okay, well, here's how you divide this up real quick. Let's make it easy because you get all these female friends. The ones that are married, forget about it. Mm-hmm. The ones that are dating someone, forget about it. The other third that you have there that are single, you need to concentrate on them. So it's not that you can't talk to your friends who are married or in other relationships or whatever, but if you're going to spend time and the goal is to go out with somebody, I would focus your attention on the ones that are available instead of the ones that are taken.
Well, do you want to date any of the ones that are available?
A couple of them wouldn't be too bad. It's not a bad process.
How about one of them?
Why don't you narrow that down?
How about let's just start slow here, fella. Why don't we worry about one at a time? Like normal people do. You know what I mean? So, like, let's get one girlfriend before you try to make things too complicated. Because if you've ever had multiple girlfriends or multiple boyfriends, one thing you know to be true, it gets really, really complicated. So let's keep this simple. So the one that
I've had multiple boyfriends, but they were all named Jeff. Made it real easy.
Yeah, you don't have
I
to
just narrowed the scope down. So what goes wrong?
Oh,
hang on.
That's the problem. You cuss too much.
Colors, here are
Filthy
the 7
mouth.
words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now back to the program.
Okay. Now, you have to have a little confidence, first of all right? So you can't be shy, and you can't cuss at them. But you have to be confident enough to be able to ask them out. And it doesn't have to be a big deal. It can just be going to see a movie. It could be going to dinner. Just play it cool. And
keep in mind one thing, man. They're not stupid. They know why you're asking them now. And you're not asking whether it's coffee, a drink, the movie. You want to have sex with them. So whatever it is you want to ask up front, they understand the purpose of you asking them out. And it doesn't mean you're going to have sex on that first date, but eventually that's where you want to go. That's why people ask people out. So when's the last time you actually asked a woman out?
A couple years.
And did you get rejected?
No, we had coffee once and then conflicting schedules and stuff like that.
So that she didn't want to go anywhere after the coffee date. All right, fair enough. You know, man, I would say if you know the person and you've known them this long, then coffee is kind of no different than what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
If you want to take it to the next level, you kind of need to ask someone out on a
and let them know it's a date, man.
Yeah, like saying, like, hey, you know, I know we've been friends for a long time. I don't know if you have any interest in anything more than this, but I would love to take you out to dinner sometime, or whatever her interests are. Maybe you could go on a hike. Hell, I don't know. You know, whatever. You know the person, so you can get in her wheelhouse.
Okay.
You know,
that makes sense.
And look, here's the thing. If she says no, then if you're friends, you'll continue to be friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And if not, then... well,
once you cross that line, that kind of makes it a little tougher.
It does make it a little tougher, but it doesn't change anything.
Well, it does.
It's still not going out with anybody.
There's the uncomfortable kind of agreement that neither of you is going to bring it up.
Right.
Like, I've been through this. Like, I'm friends with her now, but for a couple of years, we didn't
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay. Because you said no.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be damned.
Ted turned her down, man.
But I will say, finally asking her out on a real date was, to this day, one of the best things I've ever done.
Yeah, because now you know.
Because I know. Thank you.
And that's the thing. And even if she shot him down, man, you just heard it from Ted. It's worth doing, man. I mean, that's the thing.
Pick the one that you really want to go out with and ask her out first. And if it doesn't work, then go down the line to the people you want to go out with.
Talk to more women. I mean, I got shot down 3 times in like one Saturday a couple weeks ago.
3 times?
Yeah.
Damn. Did you think you had a chance?
With one.
Okay, but how about
how long did it take to figure out that you didn't?
15.
What are the reasons that you're given? Like, what do people say? Like, they're
you
taken?
Ugly fool.
No, they're taken, or do you know them? Do you know them ahead of time, or did you just go in?
No, this was 3 brand new ones. I just met at bars.
Okay.
So, it was nice. I mean, you chat it up, have a drink, and then you could just tell whether or not they're, you know.
Yeah. So you didn't really ask them to go out or whatever. Then you could just tell if it's going smooth or not.
Yeah, but I get the feeling this guy, though, wouldn't even know. I'd have the feeling he's probably been propositioned without knowing it. Like, when you just hear the lack of confidence he has, it might be one of those situations where all of us would be sitting there going, hey, dude, like, she basically just offered to go on a date with you, and I get the feeling he would miss that.
No, he would. Yeah.
But I mean, telling somebody you got to have more confidence.
But
while it's
that does
true,
not help. Right. No.
It's not like you could just one day you're just going to wake up and talk to chicks.
Well, I think more so than not, you just have to be accepting of rejection. So your confidence level has to be to the point where you can't.
Yes, you do.
You can't be too hard on yourself if it's not going to work out.
Dude, it's like a callus. You keep doing the same thing. Eventually, that part of your body that makes it
hardens up a little
bit.
Right.
It just toughens up, and that's all it is. And I think that's true of most things in life.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, we're old and grizzled and cynical, so like rejection doesn't bother us.
No.
You know what I mean?
If you read the emails that we get, I mean, we just had some dude who's like, I'm never listening to you again because you play commercials.
And like,
I mean, like we get hate mail all the time. Like, you know what I mean? It's to the point where, like, people want to beat us up. People want to get in fights. People want us off the air. I mean, you come into work and you go, Jesus Christ, what is it today?
But honestly, you get to the point, you don't care.
You don't.
It's like, whatever.
Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
One girl I was talking to a couple weeks ago, she was like, yeah, I'm a model. I was like, oh, huh? No kidding. And she's like, yeah, I'm like, whatever. Like, oh, like getting drinks. Like, yeah, you should buy me a beer. Or get me a beer. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll get you a beer. So I go, well, where do you model at? I'll take it in a bottle. All right.
Now you know.
So she lied to you about being a model, you think?
No, just when she said that, I was just like, all right, you get this one Bud Light, but like, obviously this is not going anywhere. You're not even listening to the words coming out of my mouth.
Right.
Yeah. I'll take it in a bottle.
But it was just funny, yeah. Oh, yeah, where do you model at? I'll take it in a bottle.
Okay. Hello, Christine. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Happy Friday, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Oh, thank you, Christine.
You're welcome. So it's not so much that I didn't have the heart to tell someone because I'm an upfront person. My management at the time didn't have the heart or, the balls to tell that person that they were just a crap employee. She actually asked me to talk with her outside one time. She goes, do you hate me? I said, do I hate you? No, I don't know you well enough to hate you, and I don't really want to know you that well. And I said, but to be honest with you, you suck as a coworker. You absolutely suck as a coworker.
Why did she suck? What did you do for a living that she sucked? Was she a horrible person, or was she just not a good employee?
Did you need her in the chain to make things work?
We worked at a bowling alley,
right.
And if she showed up on time and if she stayed the whole day, she was outside for about 20 minutes at a time every 10 minutes.
And what was she doing out there?
That was if she showed up at all. And I go, frankly, just off of work ethic, you obviously don't have. How you have a job, I don't know, and why no one's told you, that's not really my problem. But I'll tell you this, you suck as a coworker. And it's really frustrating because we have a short staff anyways, so we have to pick up the load that you're not doing, clearly, even if you're here. So either figure it out or get out.
And what is her response to this?
She didn't really say much other than, okay, thank you.
All you got to do is spray some shoes out, baby.
Not even that. It's like just during the day it was super slow, but still there's stocking, there's all kinds of stuff. It's like, come on.
Yeah, but Friday, Saturday night it turns up.
Oh my goodness. And it's like I said, if you show up and if you're on time and if you stay the whole shift, you suck as a coworker in general.
How long did you work with her?
How much longer was she there?
She actually got fired a couple months later.
Pretty tough to get fired from a bowling alley. Even right now,
for your work ethic.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, if I'm going to pick up like 4 or 5 hours someplace, like bowling alley, seems like a pretty cool gig. You know what I mean?
And you get fired from fast food?
Yeah, but
BKU.
Yeah, I was a Burger King.
Yeah.
They changed the schedule and they did not let me know, and they never called me.
Yeah. Okay.
So when when the guy's like, "Where are you?" and I was like, "I'm at home. Where are you at?" and he's like, "You're on the schedule." I'm like, "Well, no, I have a copy of the schedule. You handed it out. Everybody got one. My name is not on there." He's like, "I changed it," and I'm like, "Well, if you changed it, you should have let me know." He's like, "It's up to you to know if the schedule changes." And I'm like, it's not up to me to read your goddamn mind. You know what I mean? Like, if you need me, you need to give me a heads up. Like, I just don't randomly walk into BK on my day off. Think I'll just pop in the back and check the work schedule in case the jackass manager changed it all of a sudden.
The way you feel about that job is the way Mike feels about that pool job.
The hostility is still there.
It's still fresh.
Lifeguard, BKU.
It's a whopper of hostilities.
Just saying, maybe it's a little harder to work in a bowling alley.
I like
than we
Burger
think.
King. I just, that guy's great. It was just
you're not good enough to work
It's just
there.
one dude. It's one douche back in the day, and I'm sure he's like regional manager now. I'm sure he's got like 4 BKs under his belt.
Bitterness.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's the man. He's probably got all the King's hats he wants. You know what I mean? Like the
all that he can have.
Right. He's probably
all
got like a whole
King
box.
hats.
He's probably got a box of them.
That's
just
part of
wears
the whole
them around his
management.
hat. Like the Long John Silver hat.
You think he's still there? Was he one of the career management guy? Look, the guy that was our regional manager of Chi-Chi's, and this is freaking Chi. This guy thought that if he pooped, unicorn shot out of his butt, and we're like, dude, you're the regional manager of Chi-Chi's. Like, you understand, we send people to tables to sing happy birthday.
Oh, man, when you get on that managerial level at that kind of a place, man, it's a whole different level of power. I mean, you are Chet from, you know what I mean?
And they really are, dude. It's like if that dude,
from waiting.
If you knew he was going to show up that day, hey, his name was Gail, which used to crack me up. I'm like, your name's Gail, you're a dude, huh? All right, man. So, but when Gail's coming, everyone has to clean up and do all this stuff. And in the end, I'm like, we have fake piñatas hanging in the bar. This guy cannot possibly be that important.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, look around this joint, man.
You're just cute enough, little lady. One day I might make you a waitress.
Oh, that's the way he was.
I'm 14. I'm a hostess. What do you know for a fact that you suck at, or what do you know for a fact that someone else sucks at, but you don't have the heart to tell them? 844-999-OLA. More of your calls on the way. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bichola. You have entered the men's room.
All right, coming up there, exciting return of Ted versus the FCC. And our question, what did someone suck at, but you didn't have the heart to tell them? Just simply this, and this is the headline. Escort shot client in the head for performing oral sex wrong. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Shane. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hello, Shane.
Hello. So there's this guy I know. He happens to be 5 years old and my son, and he is just terrible at drawing. He draws pictures of the Hulk, and I have to be like, yeah, buddy, that looks just like the Hulk.
How bad is it? Like, both of my kids like to draw. I will say my son's actually not bad at drawing. He's not great.
It's pretty bad.
Here's so bad that you feel like, look, even among other, because you just have to base it on age, right? So, in that respect, my son is 5 years old. He is not a fantastic artist, but for 5 years old, he ain't bad. So, I'm assuming when you look at your kids' pictures, you're thinking like, are you sure our child is actually 5 years old?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you save any of the art?
Oh yeah, we have to put it on the fridge, do the whole parent thing. But
what's the percentage? What's the percentage of stuff that you throw away?
70.
Okay, I'm about right there with you. Look, I've got a couple boxes of my kids' artwork. I'm one of those people. But there should have been 7 boxes.
Oh, yeah.
So I have one box, and actually, I found some stuff the other day that I tucked in a big coffee table book from years ago that my daughter drew. And it was just, I was trying to flatten something out or whatever the deal was, so I put like 5 or 6 pieces of her artwork. I'm flipping through this book that's a big picture book, looking, and all of a sudden all this stuff pops out. Now, granted, she just went away to college. All this stuff is from when she's like 4 and 5.
How bad is it?
It seems like yesterday, though, but it was absolutely horrible.
How many times have you been offended at the portrait that they did of you?
Look, if you
because you don't realize it's you, and they're excited to show you this picture, and you're like, and they always ask you to guess what it is. Like, oh, it's a decaying zombie witch doctor. And they're like, Daddy, that's you. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
Well, we had this thing that was like, okay, like, look, you got a can of spray paint or something, and you're going to have to draw a penis real quick in a box truck.
Yeah,
do it. So all of us drew a penis like as fast as we can. Like if we're just trying to spray it real quick and get the hell out of there. And Ted's penis was awful looking. Mm-hmm. It looked like a bullet, or it looked like I don't know, like a rocket ship. Mine was not really.
All right.
Mine was not identified. It had 2 humps at the bottom. Mine was not identifiable. The only person that could draw an anatomically correct penis was Steve.
I've seen a lot of D, Miles.
I'm telling you what.
Attaboy.
So just on the quick, like you
don't just picture your own junk and then draw that. Like I see it every day.
That's what mine looks like.
What does someone suck at, but you don't have the heart to tell them? 844-999-OLA.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.